Welcome, everybody. This is your host, Lexi.
This is your co-host, Stephanie, and this
is What's Really Out There. Okay, so this is a little podcast that me and my little sister are starting. It's going to be like conspiracy theories and unsolved murders, unsolved mysteries, Mandela effects. What else are we going to talk about?
Government area the hiding.
Yeah, stuff like that. Just anything that you guys want us to talk about, we're gonna set up an email and an Instagram and stuff like that. You guys can be free to. We're not setting up a TikTok. You guys can feel free to email or DM us or anything with any guys you want us to talk, anything you guys want us to talk about. So we're going to get started. Oh, and I will say, I cannot talk for crap, so I'm sorry if I misspell anyone's name. Mispronounce anyone's name or anything, but yeah. So let's get good. Okay, so we're going to be talking about JonBenet Ramsey. Okay, so she was a little pageant girl, and she was killed in her own home on December 26th of 1996. So the day after Christmas. I know it's kind of sad. So her parents figured out she was missing and they called the police and no one found her or anything, but they did find a ransom note that requested $118,000. That is a lot of money.
Yeah, I bet it cost like millions back in the day.
This was 1996, Stephanie. It's not. Yeah.
I thought it was 1896.
No, 1996. 1996. Okay, so they found JonBenet that afternoon in the basement underneath a blanket. She was beaten, strangled, had tape over her mouth and hands tied together with a cord behind her back, and she was sexually assaulted.
Oh my gosh.
So that was suspicious to authorities. I mean, obviously. There was a lot of, this amount of money they were asking for, and the ransom note was very, very specific to the bonus that JonBenet's dad got that year for Christmas. So that was a thing to them. They were like, Also, the paper, the ransom note, was written in the home, too, which is weird. And the investigation continued for 2 years, and they still don't know who did it.
For 2 years?
Yeah,
like
for 2
years. 2
years.
years straight?
Yeah, it was, yeah. So, a couple years later, this teacher came out, and he was like, hey, I did it. It's me. Arrest me. Well, his DNA did not match the DNA found on the scene, and come to find out, the DNA that was found on the scene wasn't anybody that belonged to the family. Like, it was weird, because it didn't belong to anybody. That could be related to the Ramsey family. So that was weird. And also her skull was fractured. I don't know how I didn't see that, but yeah, her skull was fractured. So, like, obviously she had been through something, but I don't know how they got away with it or what, like, who it was or anything, but that is, like, it's unsolved. No one knows what it is or anything. So, I kind of thought that was interesting. I don't know. What are your takes on that, Stephanie?
I think her dad did it.
You think her dad did it?
Yeah, because that much money and then, like, the day after Christmas, I think her dad was planning it out when her mom was asleep and, kind of shut her up for the rest of her life.
Maybe. I kind of think her dad did it, too.
Yeah. I don't think her mom knew about it either, and she was like, oh, my God, my poor baby.
Well, yeah, I mean...
And then the dad was like, ha.
Yeah, parents can be evil. Yeah. Okay, so, I'm gonna do some Mandela effects here real quick.
Ooh, my favorite.
Okay, so is the peanut butter brand Jif or Jiffy?
I think Jif. I didn't grow up, and I'm not 17.
Well, you're 10, so you still have an input. Is it Jif or Jiffy?
Yeah. Jif. Yeah.
Jif, I think, too. I think so, too. Okay,
opinion.
Looney Tunes, is it like Tunes or like Tunes, like Toons?
What the, wait.
Toons or Toons?
Tooo.
Okay. That's how I remember it, too, because I'd always remember, like, the animals going through, like, the O's and the TV.
I don't know why I remember that. Weird.
Okay, so the Bernstein Bears or the Bernstein? Bernstein. Yeah, me too. I know everyone's like, people are coming out saying it's the Bernstein Bears, and I'm like, no, it's Bernstein. Okay, so Fruit Loops or Fruit, like, F-R-O-O-T?
I don't know.
I think it's fruit, like regular fruit.
Like, I didn't get what you're saying the first time, but I was like, oh, regular fruit.
Yeah, regular fruit. Okay, so cheese, is there a Z at the end, or is there no Z at the end of it?
Z.
There's a Z? Yeah, I think there's a Z, but I looked at the Cheez-It box today, there was no Z, and I was like, I've always remembered a Z. What the heck?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so double stuff, what, 2 F's or 1 F?
You know, we have Oreos. We can go look at that.
Oh, I know, but...
2 F's. 2 F's.
Okay, yeah, well, the Oreos actually only have 1 F, but I think there needs to be 2 F's.
Yeah.
So, but it's 1 F. Okay. That's enough for the mean geologics. Okay, so we're going to talk about the moon landing theory next. Do you know anything about that?
Mm-mm. I know it has something to do with the moon.
It's in the name. Okay, so Armstrong landed on the moon on July 20th, 1969. So there's 5 theories to why this is fake. The American flag was flapping in the wind.
There's no wind up there.
In space there's no wind.
Yeah, unless there's like a bunch of trees that are like microscopic.
Well, apparently they had to use a special flag that was like in start or something, so it wouldn't like get ruined or something. I'm not positive. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what that means.
Don't look it up.
So they had to use a special flag. And also there was no stars whenever they were recording. But also, this is my thing, it's like 1969. Like, the quality of the cameras aren't like how it is now. So, like, I don't know. And also...
I still think with, like, the camera quality, I would still think you saw, like faded little dots.
Well, I did, but some people say they didn't. Because I've seen the video. Also, the shadows apparently aren't right, because, like, how the sun hits is, like, not how it's supposed to be hitting.
I haven't seen the video, so I don't know what to look for.
Well, also you're 10, you don't really know what to look for. But, yeah. And then apparently, like, okay, so Armstrong and his other person that went up there are supposed to be recording each other. Well, apparently you can't see the camera and his helmet, so they think that it was staged. Like, fake.
What about the lighting? Is there anything to do with the lighting?
That's why I said the shadows are messed up, because of the lighting.
I think they're on stage, and they're like...
Do you think they're on the stage?
Yeah, and they had, like, bungee cords, like, they jumped from above, and they're like, they, like, had... Because you know how, like, Dad's phone, he can do it in, like, slow motion?
Yeah, so you think that the moon landing theory is, like, you don't think they ever went on the moon?
Yeah, never. I think they just made it up to get views and, you know, to get money.
Well, I think they went on the moon. I believe it. Okay. Well, I wonder what y'all's opinions are on this. Oh, and also I do want to say no one's opinion is wrong, so just live by what you live by. Okay. So, Britney Spears, the conspiracy theory. She was on White House payroll, so she was getting paid by the White House. And, like, every single time that the White House messed up, they would, like, bring Britney in. They would be like, Britney, do something. Like, she shaved her head and went crazy because something was happening in the White House that they didn't want them finding out. And then, Britney and her boyfriend broke up the day before, like, a key midterm election.
So, like, they faked their breakup.
Kind of, yeah. Like they were involved in it, and she was always talking about how good Bush is and stuff like that, because it was George Bush at the time, the president. So like everyone thought that she was like she was weirdly obsessed with him, if that makes any sense. So like I don't know. I mean, I kind of believe it, but also at the same time I'm just like, what?
I feel like the police don't arrest us.
Okay, so what do you think? You think it was real?
Yeah, I think she acted like when the White House did mess up. They were like, "Hey, go, let her out."
Let's distract him. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the 27 Club. Basically, the 27 Club is made up of members that have died at the age of 27. Just to name a few, there is Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Robert Johnson, Brian Jones. That's just a handful. And some people say it's a myth because they're like, oh, you died at the age of 28 or 56 more than you do at 27. But it's not just about dying at 27. Everybody in the 27 Club have died the same way. Say with suicides or drug overdoses or like a freak accident. Like this one guy got pinned to his gate with his car because like it rolled down a hill. Like that doesn't happen every day.
Not. What is it called when you're like doing that with your fingers? Sarcasm?
No, there's a word for it. I don't remember the word.
When we start doing videos, I'm gonna be like, a lot.
Why?
Because like when I put my opinion, I'm gonna be like, they totally overdosed it.
Oh, okay.
Like
no, I thought you meant you were just gonna do it all the time. I was like, Stephanie, why would you do it? That gets annoying. Oh, it's air quotes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then chemtrails. Stephanie, you said you've heard about this.
Yeah.
You call them like jet legs or something like that?
Jet lags.
Jet logs.
Fancy.
Okay. So they're like white lines in the sky. They're behind jets. Like they go behind jets and they're these
That's why I call
puffy
them jet lags.
Yeah, they're like puffy fumes of water vapor. And it's apparently like it's a secret plot to control weather or like poison the environment. So the people like that are in charge of it came out and said, no, it's a solar geoneering and it involves atmospheric aerosol injection of a bunch of stuff, basically saying that like it's their way of making the planet cooler.
I don't believe that.
So, but a lot of people also came out and said, well, whenever you guys spray it, this is what I feel like. And they said that they feel, or they say they have really bad insomnia, like they can't sleep. They have physical symptoms. They can taste it and smell it, and it burns their sinuses. They have really bad inflammation.
So cool.
They get rises in blood pressure. They have stomach issues, and they get really, really bad headaches.
So
whenever it's sprayed in the sky, that goes up.
So like when you say like that burns the sinuses, like when like someone
like if you were to sniff like salt, it would burn. Like that kind of thing.
So like when you act like you trip and you like fall in the pool and you don't expect.
Why would you trip and fall in a pool?
No, like if like you have a toddler and he lifts his toys out like Jackson does.
That was a very weird. I just tripped and fell in my pool, guys. Okay, so what do you think about... Okay, I want to ask your opinions on these. Okay, so what did you think about... Okay, so John Bennett Ramsey, you think her dad killed her, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, the Mandela effects, we already can't really... we already did those. The chemtrail, do you think that's real?
Yes.
I do and don't. Like, some of it I do believe it's like the stuff from the jets. Some of it is like, because if you look, there is a lot. Like, it's not all just from jets. Like, it is a lot. Like, it's over.
From airplanes. From everything.
Yeah.
Everything that flies in the sky. Birds.
Yeah, but birds don't leave trails. What about the 27 Club? Do you think that's real?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah, I believe that one. I
think the government, like, they're learning too much. Like, I think it was Marilyn Monroe that knew too much, and like the day she died was the day she
was going to come out and tell everybody. Okay, what about the Britney Spears thing? Do you believe that one?
Yeah, definitely. When they messed up, like, they sent the bait to go out. Like, go ahead.
I do and don't. I don't know how I feel about that one. Okay, what about the moon landing thing? Do you believe that one?
It's fake. 100% fake.
Like, you do believe... No, like, that we walked on the moon, or that we filmed it and faked it?
It was on stage. Just what I believe.
Okay.
100% fake.
Well, I am curious to see what you guys have to say. I am so sorry that this week's episode is kind of short. I'm We're just starting out, and I have my sister with me. She's only 10, so she can't like sit more than like 30 minutes without having like an anxiety attack.
I can't even sit for an hour.
Yeah, she has really bad ADHD. So like in a short attention span. So we're gonna start making these longer, and once we get more like of an intro and stuff going, we'll be good. But we'll just see us next week. We will get an Instagram up and going, and everything else. Just and we'll get an email and everything. You know, just let us know what you guys think. I mean, we're excited to get this stuff going. And if you guys have any ideas or whatever you guys want to talk about, just shoot us an email or a DM or whatever. Just you know. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. This is What's Really Out There. I am your host, Lexi.
And your co-host, Stephanie.
Bye. Have a good night.
Adios.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope that you guys really enjoyed last week's episode. I'm sorry if it wasn't equality, but we're working on it, and you know, just hope that you guys really, really enjoy what we're doing here. So, I am your host, Lexi Booth.
And this is your co-host, Stephanie. And
This is What's Really Out There. Okay, so was that your knuckles? I thought she just broke the chair. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the murder of the Black Dahlia, the actress, of the Marilyn Monroe conspiracy theory, the Taylor Swift conspiracy theory, a few surprise Mandela effects, the Princess Dahlia murder conspiracy theory, and the conspiracy theory of Khloe Kardashian and O.J. Simpson.
Wait, Khloe Kardashian?
Yep, we're going to get to that one. It's like one of the
They're
last
murdered?
ones. No!
Oh, I thought they were murdered.
No, there's conspiracy theory about this. Okay, so let's kick it off with the murder of Black Dahlia. So, on January 15th of 1947, a raven-haired 22-year-old actress was found dead on Norton Avenue between 39th and Colosseum Streets in Los Angeles, and her name was Elizabeth Short. Her body was cut in half, drained of blood with precision, I don't know how to explain it to Stephanie.
Is it like those?
Like if you knew what you were doing, like they didn't just like drain her blood and leave a mess. Like they knew what you were doing. There was a 3 inch, you know the Joker smile. She had a huge Joker smile.
Like they cut her like that.
Oh yeah, but this was before Joker was a thing.
Oh my god.
And a lot of people confessed, but there was no one they ever found for the murders because she had lack of evidence. So they never ever found anybody for the murders.
The little girl that got killed in her basement or in her own house like that, they never found the killer.
Mm-hmm. And this one was, like I said, she was cut in half and she was on the side of the street and someone found her.
On the side of the street?
Mm-hmm.
God, I thought she was in her house.
Nope. Okay, so let's do some Mandela effects. Okay, so is it Flintstones or Flintstones?
Flint.
No. Okay.
Not Flint.
No, you. Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
Everyone thinks that it's different, so I think it's Flintstones. Stephanie
that's what I was trying to say.
Okay. So you might not know this because you didn't watch Forrest Gump, but everyone out there that did, do you think it's life was like a box of chocolates or life is like a box of chocolates? I always heard life was like a box of chocolates, not. But apparently it's life is like a box of chocolates. And that one had my mind blown because I was like, what? Okay. So on Curious George, you remember him? How he looked?
Oh, yeah.
Did he have a tail?
No, not at all.
I remember him having a tail.
Like, in 2020, he does not have a tail.
Well,
But I believe he did have a tail back.
Okay.
I always wondered that, because last time I watched Curious George with, like, I think Jolie, someone watched it. I don't know. It was on whatever at my Aunt Patty's.
And he had a tail?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait, he didn't have a tail, and I was confused. Like, oh, what? She didn't have a tail as a monkey.
Okay, well, you're not going to know this one, but I still want to do it. Sex and the City or Sex in the City? I've always heard Sex in the City. I don't know what Sex and the City, but that don't make no sense. Like, that's not...
I don't know, but I'm going to go with, yeah, in the city.
That makes more grammatic sense, anyway. Febreze with 2 E's or with 1 E?
2 E's.
Yeah, that's how I thought it was due. Let's do one more. Does Mickey Mouse have suspenders?
No. Wait. Yes!
So don't base it off what I think. Base it off what you think in your little
In
mind.
2020, for real. Like, he does not have suspenders. It's just...
So he doesn't, right?
No, he doesn't.
I've always remembered him having suspenders,
I know.
but then you look back and he doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
It's really weird.
I think Jackson has a Mickey Mouse somewhere, and he has suspenders.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Princess Diana's murder.
So she's a princess?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Why
those
would
still
someone-
exist. Okay. So she died of a traffic collision August 31st of 1997, and she was 36. Her driver was driving at a high speed after leaving a hotel, and he crashed into a pillar that's like one of those things that holds up the highway.
Like a metal thing?
No, like cement block things that hold up the highway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he crashed into one of those, and it was a tunnel underneath the bridge. It was midnight. There was a boyfriend, the driver. The boyfriend, her, and the driver all died, but her bodyguard survived. The driver was apparently responsible because he was on antidepressants and he was drunk. I'm on antidepressants, don't mean I'm responsible for every crime in the world. Like, seriously.
Why would, like, if I'm drunk, I'm not gonna drive down the street like an idiot.
Yeah, but say if you're drunk, you're not supposed to drive anyway. Okay, so they also, no one had any seatbelts.
Why? That's
I
the
don't
dumbest thing in the
know.
world.
But
Why would you not wear a seatbelt?
I don't
wear
know.
a seatbelt in the car.
But he got charged for manslaughter because it was like, he killed them.
Yeah, he was drunk.
Okay, so the theory is that her death was ordered by family, and that apparently an M16 was involved in the death, and I'm pretty sure that is a gun. Well, and there's also supposed to be security cameras over there, and the footage was all erased.
Oh. So it was probably planned.
That's what I'm saying, Steph. Okay, so also apparently she came into a contact with another car, but the car fled the scene or something and made it look like an accident. And apparently the seatbelts were sabotaged too. So
I bet she had them on, and someone, kind of.
So like, what do you think happened there?
I think that it was planned. Like her mom. Wait, did she have a mom and dad back then?
Her mom and dad, I think.
I think her mom and dad loved her dearly, of course. And someone I was jealous of her, she was a princess, she was probably rich. And then they were probably jealous of the money, so they were like, oh, I know a guy that drives taxis or an Uber. I'm going to get him drunk and then let him drive.
It was her professional driver, though, Stephanie.
Professional?
Yeah, rich people have professional drivers.
Wow.
So that theory doesn't track. But good thinking, though, honey. Good thinking. Okay.
Someone.
This is what I think happened. I think that her family maybe had her killed. Because looking at the evidence, I mean, there's a lot to support that it wasn't a car crash, like Rick.
I know. There's no evidence that it was an accident.
So, a lot of it's it was sabotage. That or they paid the driver to get drunk enough to, end his life. Or got him high on something or something to make him like that. I don't even believe they did an autopsy either. Which is you have to have one. But most cover-ups don't ever do an autopsy because they're like, oh, we don't want to find out the truth. So, okay. now we're going to do a Marilyn Monroe conspiracy theory. Okay. So Marilyn Monroe died August 5th of 1962. She was found laying naked on her bed, face down, with a telephone in one hand and an empty bottle of pills in one hand. The pills were for depression, and apparently she died of a suicide/overdose, which I call BS.
Yeah.
I would think she was murdered. And the rumors were so bad that the case was reopened in 1982, but they had the same findings, so they closed it. So there's 3 theories. One of them is that the Kennedys had her killed because she got too close to revealing the truth.
Yeah.
Because as everybody knows, she was messing around with the Kennedy brothers, and she got too close to revealing, she revealed some government information. She called a friend, and she was like, hey, I know some stuff. The next day, she was going to tell everybody, and that day, she got killed.
It's like the day she was going to reveal it all, like, to the whole world, so that she died on that day.
Yep.
There's no way that she did suicide, because she would not do that.
Yeah, and she was, like, she struggled through depression and stuff, but, like, she was, like, an idol to everybody. And that's Ashley's favorite person.
Yeah.
Okay, another one is that Jimmy Hoffa had her killed because one of the people that she slept with was trying to have him thrown in jail. Is one of the Kennedy brothers. So one of the Kennedy brothers was trying to have him thrown in jail. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill your girlfriend," or whatever she was. So they did that. And then the last one is the CIA/FBI killed her because she knew too much. Which kind of goes along with the Kennedy thing, but
I think because didn't she have, like, bruises on her?
Oh yeah, she had bruises all over her body, like she was beat.
I bet she was beat. Then, like, they, kind of. I think she, like, they did she have, like, tape over her mouth?
No.
I thought she had tape over her mouth.
So what do you think happened with that?
I think that, like, they hired someone, like a bounty hunter, to kill her.
I forgot those existed for a minute. Don't ask. Yeah, I think they did too.
Like Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him.
Okay. So we're going to talk about Taylor Swift now. Good old Tay-Tay.
T.S. Taylor Swift.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean? Okay, so apparently she's the reincarnated leader of a satanic cult. Because there's a huge resemblance between Taylor and Xena.
Who's Xena?
Xena is her identical twin. Was a leader. She was a high priestess of the Church of Satanism from 1985 to 1990 for 5 years. She was a leader of a church that was like hail Satan, I love you, basically. Everyone thinks that she's part of the Illuminati, and I'm not gonna lie. It probably is true. One of her legs is insured for $140 million.
That is retarded. Retarded, I say.
That is money well wasted.
Yeah.
And her album Wildest Dreams was apparently about Zac Efron. And then the feud that she had with Kanye West on stage in front of everybody, where he was like, just being, the feud.
Being Kanye West.
Was orchestrated and,
Then,
played out for her entry to the Illuminati. And about that, too, because she was wearing, like, a yellow dress, and after that she came out wearing a red dress with Beyonce. Yeah. So, yeah. And then there was also a conspiracy theory with her with Apple. Like, apparently Apple didn't want anything to do with her. But then she sent a letter to them. I don't know what the letter said or anything.
Like a threat.
And then they started doing stuff with her again. And she was in ads and all this stuff. So.
Like threats. Yeah, because at your mom's house.
When do you go to my mom's?
No, at your house. Glenn's. Last time I went there was, like, ads about her and on the TV.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm crazy.
Okay, so this next one's about
Not really
Khloe Kardashian and O.J. Simpson. So, Khloe is apparently O.J.'s daughter.
What?
Before the 1994 murders, where he killed his ex-wife and his friend and got away with it because he has money. I'm sorry, he was accused. I don't want to lose followers before we gain any. He was Jennifer and Robert were close with OJ and his dead wife, and then Kim K and OJ had an affair. They had all vacations together. They partied together.
But did you say Khloe Kardashian or Kim Kardashian?
Well, Kim and OJ made the baby, made Khloe.
Oh my god.
Kim's not a sister. Kim's the mom.
What?
Yes, and then OJ denies it too, but he has claimed it before. He has been like, I'm tired of denying it. Chloe's my kid. I'm tired of hiding it. But then also recently he's been like, oh, she's not my kid. So it's one of those things where it's like, what?
What is that?
Yeah,
What is that?
Doesn't help with all the crap he does either. Okay, so we're going to backtrack a little bit to the beginning. Okay, so Black Dahlia, the one who was split in half and had the Joker smile. Who do you think did that?
Wait, hold on. Was her body cut in half like that?
There's no suspects or anything.
So
There's
it's like both parts on the side of the road?
Yes, every part of her, but she was cut in half and no one knew who did it.
I think her neighbor did it.
Her neighbor? I think maybe a crazed stalker fan. Okay, do you think the Marilyn Monroe conspiracy theory is true?
Yes.
I think that too. What about the Taylor Swift one?
100%.
Are you just going to say yes to all of them?
No, because she likes number 13. Right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. She loved number 13.
She was like born on that day, right?
Something like that. Yes and no. Okay, Princess Dahlia murder. Do you think she was murdered, or do you think it was a...
I feel like her family was like
jealous
that she was getting all the attention.
You think her family killed her?
Yeah, they were jealous.
Okay.
I know they were.
Okay, do you think Khloe Kardashian is O.J. Simpson's kid?
Definitely.
Okay. I don't know about that one. I honestly don't. Like, you can't say that she's your kid and then the next minute be like, she's not my kid. I deny it. So...
I did not make the baby.
Yeah, that's basically what he is. He's like, oh, she's my kid. Sorry. Well, okay. I hope you guys liked that episode. I'm sorry if I offended anybody there with the O.J. Simpson thing. I didn't mean to.
No offense to any of
Yeah,
us.
I believe that stuff happened with it, but I mean, that's y'all's opinion, my opinion, y'all. We don't have to get into a feud about it. So, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys stick around for a few more episodes. Anything you want to say to them, Steph? Nope. Okay. Well, I